Okay, Matt, we got the memo about the Kindness Rising promo, but what exactly are we promising people?
And is there craft services? Hey, I need snacks too.
Gentlemen, focus. Kindness Rising multiplies kindness and helps people get up on the right side of the bed.
So wait, we're not doing another angry headline show.
Exactly. We rise above the negative, divisive noise.
Translation, less rage bait, more high fives for humanity.
And this is live, like actually live.
Yep. We go live on YouTube and LinkedIn, 7:30 a.m. Eastern every weekday.
Wait, if it's live, what if I forget my lines?
Then you improvise.
Okay, so our tagline is basically wake up, tune in, and start your day with kindness.
Exactly. Kindness Rising. Good vibes, practical tips, and a reason to get up on the right side of the bed.
You heard the boss. Subscribe now before he makes us do a TikTok dance.
Kindness Rising. Wake up, tune in, and let's make some good noise.
Good morning, everyone. It is so good to be here on a Friday morning. I am glad you have chosen to join me, Matt Roof, the Uncommon Kindness Guy, here on Kindness Rising. I think I'm on Kindness Rising. Is everybody seeing everything okay? Okay, welcome in. A little bit of technical changes again today. It's okay. It's the way we're getting started today. Who's out there in the comments? Join me, say hello. Have you ever picked up something you used to love, a book, a band, a hobby, and suddenly it feels like a younger version of you that's showing up in the room? That's what today is about. Not nostalgia for nostalgia's sake, but rediscovering the pieces of yourself you left behind when life got loud. Welcome to Kindness Rising. I am so glad you've chosen to join me here today.
Okay, smile, everyone. Let's pretend we actually like each other.
I'm smiling so hard my jaw just filed for overtime.
At least your jaw's working. Mine's on strike.
And yet somehow you're still the loudest one here.
Join us weekdays, 7:30 a.m. Eastern for Kindness Rising. Stay uncommon.
Stay kind.
I am so glad you've come here. Like I said, today is Friday. It is Fandom Friday, and usually we talk about a specific fandom, but really today, because we're in our second verse week as we make our changes, I've been making changes in my life. We're just going to talk about nostalgia in general and the impact that it has on us. And I'm going to talk, I hope you guys will join in, about going live and what happens when you go live. We are here on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, and there's constant changes with all the different software, and we help you manage that. If you're interested in managing it, I'm managing it. It's part of going live, and we help you with that. So I'm back to dual streams today. We're going to figure out that single stream thing at some point. Good morning, Mother Roseanne Roof in the comments. I am glad you're here, Mom. Of course. Thank you. All right. So let me tell you a little something that surprised me on my career transition journey. You'd think it was my resume or networking or finding courage. And yes, all of that matters. But the biggest shift didn't start with a personal moment. It actually started with a little bit of nostalgia. A couple of years ago, I found an old cassette buried in a box and popped it into a vintage cassette player. And what did I discover? It was my 10-year-old voice creating parody commercials and DJ vocals inspired by Casey Kasem and Wolfman Jack and Shadow Stevens. But the moment I held it, it was like touching a live wire back to a version of myself I had forgotten. The kid who liked storytelling and music and energy and expression. The guy who felt fully alive when he heard a new song, new music, got introduced to something, even if it was stuff that came way before me, before my actual time, right? Memorizing Bob Dylan lyrics as a teenager in the 80s, discovering Led Zeppelin, staying up late and watching pay-per-view wrestling events. I mean, these are the things that were the joy that I had, and now I'm rediscovering that that's okay. It's okay to find those things, and finding that tape kind of cracked that open for me. It reminded me that wasn't supposed to spend my whole life buried in policy manuals and org charts. It was the first moment I thought maybe my journey looks a little less like administration, which is what I had been doing for my career, and more like things like communication and creativity and storytelling, which is what actually brought me here. That's the moment, right? That nostalgic moment of finding my joy, of reaching back into the things I loved. It was everything that cassette represented. For me, was revisiting all those things that I love. Jerry Ginger, Be Driven. So glad you guys have joined me here on Kindness Rising this morning as I talk about using nostalgia, or how nostalgia impacts our thinking and can create change, and leaning into what we have loved but forgotten how much we loved and how passionate we were about those things. So, they say nostalgia is a drug, actually, and I agree to some degree. You can really get sucked into remembering the past and that kind of thing. But what I have found is using the past, looking at the stuff that I loved as a kid, getting into, there's so many resources out there to find that stuff, those triggers, remembers. Oh my God, remember that, and how you felt about those things when things were joyly. Oh no, not drugs, Jerry. Right. Oh boy. But yeah, pinstripe. I don't know what that is. Pinstriping videos to build hot rods, Be Driven. Not sure I know what that is. Like actually pinstriping cars, old cars. I don't know. Tell me more about what you're into, B. I love to learn about new things and what people are doing. There's so much in this world for us to lean into, to learn, to try. And so this is how we do it, by sharing what our interests are. You never know what might trigger you or trigger me to go, let's try that. Yeah, cool. Could be the next big thing for me, whatever it might be. Yeah. Okay. Got it. Pinstripe and logos on truck doors. Yep. Cool. Cool. I say lean into it. If it's something you're into, check it out. For me, there's so many of those things. Mine are very heavily, I've just written out, I know I'm heavily influenced by media and by stories. And that's just where what I was always interested in. Things like, I remember the first time I ever was introduced to Tolkien in 7th grade. And the stories of the hobbits and Middle Earth, right? I remember clearly, like, the feeling of, whoa, what is this? Like, really. And of course, Star Wars, grew up with Star Wars, and always loved to imagine myself out there on the Death Star or whatever. And then WWF, another place to escape into stories. I know it's people laugh at it, whatever. It's huge. It's huge. It's huge. Keith and John talk about it a lot too. But good morning, Danny. Good morning, Jerry. Yeah. So that's what I'm talking about. WWFG Frodo. Oh, Fredonia. Oh, you know where Fredonia is? Fredonia is up here in upstate New York, where I live. Yeah. Yeah, dude. I'm into Tolkien, definitely. I've read a lot of Tolkien. Of course, I've read all the ones everybody knows, but there's deeper mythology in that too. Um, so it's actually you can get really lost in that little world. It's awesome. And I was talking about WWF. That's storytelling. I got to tell you, all right. Friday confession time. Are we ready? I still watch Randy Macho Man Savage videos to pump me up. I love it. I love it. I laugh. It gets me excited. Uh, there's just something about the Macho Man's approach that I was always loved. And I know it's a character uh, and whatever, but that's what we're doing. He tells stories. They told stories. Master storytellers, master business people in the WWE, WWF, and yeah, I love me some Macho Man. All right, can Slim Jim snap into a Slim Jim, right? I'm gonna have some coffee. We're having fun on a Friday talking about this. I could talk about this stuff forever. I mean, I don't need a script for this. That's for sure. Oh, yeah. But seriously, I was talking about those things, but then just books. Books is another thing that I don't think I appreciated as much as when I was a kid. Although I did, like I said, I read Tolkien and I read books here or there, little comic books or whatever I would be interested in reading. But as I got older, I appreciated books more. And in my 20s, I worked at a bookstore, actually a coffee house and a bookstore in DC. So I was exposed to a lot of intellectuals and people who were just really smart people. And introduced me to books, reintroduced me to series and books and authors. And I just got really into it. And actually, uh, now I'm thinking about the books from when I was a kid. I think I talked about it earlier this week. I'm reading a book called Rule of the Bone by Russell Banks, a real coming of age story. It's very interesting characters, and it's just something that always fascinated me, those coming of age stories where all of a sudden somebody learns a major lesson. Of course, you know, The Outsiders and um, Catcher in the Rye, A Separate Piece. These books, I don't know, they're the what influenced me. Tales of a Fourth Grade Nothing. Yeah, Mike Sullivan. All right, we're going deep into confession time. I actually reread a bunch of the Judy Blume books few years back when they decided to make a film out of Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. I literally went to the library and checked out Judy Blume books, and Tales of a Fourth Grade Nothing was one. Of course, Blubber was another one, and then again, maybe I won't. I could go on and on about the Judy Blume books too, but that's great. Love that. Love that. Those stories, those Judy Blume, I read them. I'm like, they're so timeless. Of course, you have to suspend your disbelief a little bit back into the 70s and in a more innocent time and that kind of thing. But the messages and the overall vibe of the Judy Blume books, those were big for our generation. I know, especially, I mean, a lot of us read them, but a lot of every gender, male, female. But I remember they were hot topics in middle school when you read about real kids going through real puberty and changes, and it just wasn't. That was I guarantee, because I know I did. I've learned from them. I guarantee there's an entire generation of people who that's where they learned from. Right? It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. But anyway, getting back to the point of this, Jerry Ginger's into Kurt Vonnegut. I've read Vonnegut, definitely. Yeah, some of it I can't like. I get it; it's all satire, and maybe I'm just not a deep enough thinker for Vonnegut at times, but yeah, Tom Sawyer, absolutely. That's funny, Jerry. Yeah, no, I had Tom Sawyer too. Of course, I read Mark Twain. Mark Twain was born and raised about 50 miles from here in Elmira, New York. A lot of Elmira's historical connection and personality is actually built around Twain. So we're not old, we're tempered. Yes, tempered. I like that. Time tested, right? All right. So yeah, so have another sip of coffee. That's just whatever. The point of this is remembering and having that nostalgia. It's not regressing, it's reconnecting to the stuff that really lights you up and gets you interested, and that energy carries on into other parts of my life. I know that, like just I get excited about things in different ways because of that. Yeah, because those passions that I had, they were like clues for me as I start thinking about them, and I still am leaning into them. Clues about how I see the world, how my point of view was shaped, the kind of work that I love and lean into, why I like to tell stories and that kind of thing, and what I bring into rooms. So that's really what I'm a big part of this journey that I'm on is actually a journey backwards in order to go forward. So it's it's been pretty cool. Absolutely. It's the pausing to see it, notice that it matters. Yeah, Jerry, absolutely. Taking a minute, giving yourself permission to say, okay, you can continue your life as it goes, but thinking about Roseanne Roof. Hey, Mom, I know you have memories from your childhood too, right? And you shared all those memories that I grew up with. That's the beauty of multiple generations, right? Mom, what was that guy's name that you loved as a kid? You have the picture sitting on his lap, Happy Slappy or whatever. I don't remember his name, but that picture reminds me that this is part of who we are as human beings. It has nothing to do with being born in 1970 whatever or 1940 whatever or 1980 whatever. This is part of who we are as human beings, connecting, because those are the times when our innocence and our passion were growing and our minds were being shaped, right? So by reaching back into that past, maybe we can find some spark. Not maybe, I know I'm finding it. So that's what nostalgia is for me. Like I said, you could get really lost, especially today. Like you get on YouTube and spend hours watching television commercials from the 70s, like literally compilations of Saturday morning cartoons. 2 hours you could sit there and just watch these commercials and just remember Mikey Likes It and all the stuff that you grew up with. And I've done it. I don't think I've ever completed an entire 2 hour stint with it, but I have just sat there and watched and just awed at remembering life is just weird. Time is weird, right? The instant recall from 40 years ago, from whatever. So that's pretty cool. All right. I'm yakking like crazy, and Cal and Stan are chomping at the bit to say hello to you guys. So let's get that going. Maybe.
Why does it look like you're digging for dinosaur bones?
Dude, it's my fandom box. This is my origin story.
Yeah, those cassettes are historical artifacts.
Nostalgia is your inner child tapping your shoulder. You should probably answer him.
There you go. They're getting into it too. Cal's got his box. Who's got a box of memories? I've got a lot of boxes of memories. I do. And every once in a while, I'll dig through them. Little Tupperware or Rubbermaid containers full of stuff from my past. I thin it out, and some things I can be able to let go of or whatever. But it's all. I think it's really important for us to stay connected to who we are. And I feel like sometimes when I lose my way, I'm forgetting. My brain is now. I don't know. All right. B 49 and still doing roofs. That's all right. That's all right. Yours is a big bin, Jerry. Yeah. What do you got in here? What do you got in your bag of tricks of memories there? Smiley Burnett. There it is, Mom. Thank you for jumping in. Oh my God. What did I call him? Anyway, Smiley Burnett. He and Roy Rogers and Gene Autry. Saturday matinees, 10 cents. Love it. Love it. Yearbooks box from 7th grade, woodshop picks. Those are awesome things, right? These are who we are. It's who we are. Absolutely. And who we are is also Kindness Rising, a place where we multiply kindness and unlock growth for good people doing good work. And we always spotlight an organization. Today, we're talking about A26 National. They are an incredible nonprofit helping kids discover confidence through creative writing and imagination. Part of our responsibility is to make sure that the kids who come behind us are leaning into these things, and they are doing it by running tutoring programs, storytelling workshops, and creative labs where kids get to explore curiosity without limits. That's the same work we do when we reconnect with our own past and find ourselves. Absolutely. And that's what I'm doing here when I go live on Kindness Rising every morning, 7:30 a.m. A lot of you guys out there in the comments come here with me, and I so appreciate getting to know you. I hope you're getting to know me, and that content that I'm bringing, what I'm talking about, is helpful for you in moving your life forward. Yeah, absolutely. So I really I was just thinking about, talking about going live, right? And I talk about the 6 strings, and I talk about balance, and I talk about life because I feel like it's very important to bring value. But I really spark up when I talk about these nostalgic things. I think I might be leaning into them a little bit more with you guys as a spark, So we'll see. I've been doing Fandom Fridays. Seems to be well received, and I love to talk about this stuff. So that's what you do when you go live. You can talk about the things that really you care about, that move you, and it doesn't have to be a big life-changing moments, but the small things that add up to life. Music, books, wrestling, Star Wars, kindness, leadership. These are the things that I love and I love to talk about. And so I appreciate that you guys come here and talk about these things and process them with me and have a little fun along the way. And we're building a community. That's what we're doing here on Kindness Rising, using the live framework: leadership, influence, vulnerability, and energy. I think that's really important. We're doing that, and we're using our EAT framework. So we eat live. I just thought about that a lot. Eat live. Experience, expertise, authenticity, trust, and entertainment. Right? So important to get out there and volunteer with young people. Yes, important. Shape their lives. I agree 100%. More in positive influences, more positive adult influences, mature, responsible adult influence on children's lives. Time is flying. Let's get back into Kalistan. I spent time with them, and we're gonna get to them here.
I'm rejoining the fan club.
For the band that retired before Bluetooth?
Yep, I'm leading the revival tour.
You haven't been awake past 10 p.m. since Blockbuster was open.
Your ambition is admirable, but make sure you take a nap before you relive your youth.
And there's the reality: is lots of exciting things, but there are also things that we probably should just be careful what we're doing when we're reliving our youth. Make sure we're doing it at a nice, even pace with balance and taking the good stuff and leaving the bad behind. As we always do here on Kindness Rising, I want to give you a little something to think about, or a little list of things that can help you, little takeaways to help you think about this subject. Revisit that childhood passion. Think about what lit you up as a child, and build around it. Build around it. Find connections to the current world and what you're doing. Those are the road signs that are pointing you towards the kind of person you want to become. Share a fandom with someone you love. It only helps when you talk about it. You never know who else is going to connect with, and oh, boom. You want to talk about Judy Bloom? I can talk about Judy Bloom. You never know who you're going to connect with, who also is into the same things that you are. Let yourself be a beginner again. Don't forget that if it was something that you did, like I play the piano, sometimes I don't play for months at a time, and I go back and it feels like I'm beginning again. But then eventually it comes back, right? Allow yourself to be a beginner again. I'm going to encourage you to pull out those old photos, those playlists, the ticket stubs, whatever you've got, and sit with them for a minute. Think about them. Those are the you kept those objects for a reason. They're going to, you did. We all have stuff that we have throughout our lives, but there's things that we keep, and each time we clean out, we readjust our priorities. I think that's a really, really important thing. So do it. You've got that box, dig through it, see what's up. Spend a little time with yourself on a memory tour, but use it to think about, how does it apply to me today? And let nostalgia nourish you, not trap you. Don't go down the rabbit hole. If old memories, bad memories pop up, because they will too, things of regrets or moments of anxiety or whatever that may be, you got to let those go as you go through that journey, because that is just as important as being able to heal through those types of things. Let's see what Sensei Whiskers has to say about it before we say goodbye.
Sensei, am I regressing by revisiting old passions?
Not at all. It simply means your joy remembered you.
And going back helps me move ahead?
Joy is a compass. Follow where it points.
Joy is a compass. Follow where it points. Absolutely. Remember that. Spark a little joy for yourself. And as you head into the weekend, take this with you. Nothing you loved was ever random. It was just a little breadcrumb leading you forward to who you are becoming. If you want to feel more like yourself again, start by reconnecting with the things that made you feel alive the first time. And as always, stay uncommon, stay kind. I will see you back here Monday morning, 7:30 a.m. Eastern. Kindness Rising on the Mornings in the Lab Network. Have a great weekend, everyone. What if your mornings could be inspiring and ridiculously fun?
Kindness Rising isn't just a show, it's a full wake-up vibe.
It's freaking fun, people.
Yeah, man, it's got real get after it energy.
I love it.
Wake up with Kindness Rising.
I help purpose-driven people grow their impact. 5-ingredient recipe to help you build your personal brand. Get out there and take kind action.
If it's live, they'll feel it.
On Kindness Rising, we bring you proven strategies and fresh ideas you can actually use. If you're not failing, you're not trying.
Exactly. Fail fast, rebound faster.
You'll see the bloopers and the genuine connections that make kindness contagious. We sometimes get into a little bit of trouble.
Pretty much my life made the list.
You can trust what you see right here is honest, respectful, and uplifting. Social impact organizations, and we always talk about them. Try kindness. It's way cheaper than therapy. You just made my day.